Well, first of all, I'm mainly focused on spreading the word about the need for green-collar jobs and green communities as usual. But I'm also very concerned about the way that we're, as progressives, getting totally rolled by this Happy Meal politics of, drill here, drill now, pay less. This kind of a false solution to the gas price debate. And I think it's really important for us to push back on that. I think it is. I think the polls show that it is. I think that now people are willing to foolishly throw away, increasingly numbers in the polls, throw away America's beauty by drilling our coastlines. People forget. Let's be very clear. Number one, there's no such thing as American oil anymore. These are multinational corporations. If you let multinational corporations drill all this oil, they're going to sell it to the highest bidder, whether that's India, China, it doesn't matter. So why would we throw away America's beauty? Chasing the last drops of oil so multinational corporations can sell it to India and China. It doesn't make any sense at all. And people also got to remember, we didn't stop, this is an environmental issue, we didn't stop offshore drilling for the duckies or the fishies. We stopped it because coastline communities were suffering. Because of the property owners, the children who live in those coastline communities, not when there were oil spills, but every day your kid goes out and swims, they come back, they're covered with oil, you got to use gasoline to get the oil off your child. That was happening coast to coast, places like Santa Barbara. Property owners were suffering, children were suffering. Then there was the big oil spill, and then they stopped it. Why would we then risk the health, safety, and well-being of America's property owners and families who happen to be on the coast to feed our oil addiction, basically to give multinational corporations the right to sell India and China even more oil? The real solutions are not these Happy Meal solutions that are great slogans and awful strategies. The green solutions on energy actually bring prices down more surely by cutting demand and expanding supply, and also create jobs. Well, it's disgusting. And, the reality is that Americans need to be clear. We have a fork in the road here. Look at Germany and Japan, what they're doing on energy. They took American technology on solar, American technology on wind, and they've now become the leaders using American technology on clean energy around the world. We now have European countries coming here and setting up manufacturing for us because we can't do it for ourselves in energy, in wind, and increasingly solar. We can go that direction. We can catch up to them and pass them with American technology, bringing American solutions to the world as well as to the United States. Or we can do what they're doing in our beloved neighbor, Mexico. Our sister country, our beloved neighbor, Mexico, they do offshore drilling there. Go look at those beaches. The Mexican people are not happy with that outcome. So do we want to follow Mexico's example, our sisters to the south who themselves would like to move in a different direction? Or do we want to follow our sisters and brothers in Europe and in Japan? I think the choice is clear. And to exploit, and the only time now you hear the word Katrina and Rita from the Republicans is to create a crime against the earth and a crime against humanity by dragging us further down the pathway of a pollution-based suicidal economy. You never hear them talk about it when it's time to actually lift people up, but only when it's time to drag the human family further down the oil pit. I think it's disgusting. Well, we can make it very, very clear. The day after the first presidential debate, which that day will be Saturday, September 27th. On that day, after the debate, we are having what we call Green Jobs Now. It's the first national day of action for a green economy, strong enough to lift people out of poverty. Greenforall.org has set up a website called greenjobsnow.com. We're working in close partnership with One Sky, this beautiful climate solutions organization, close partnership with Al Gore's Alliance for Climate Protection. We want people all across the country to do teach-ins, to do rallies, to do barbecues, to do house parties, to do block parties, all celebrating and calling for a new clean and green economy. And that will be a sign and a signal. Guess what? Same day, Newt Gingrich is going to unroll his so-called answers to these problems. His answers: more pollution. Our answers: more solutions. We hope people will join us September 27th.